Good evening and welcome to another live stream from a home in Italy. My name's David Benton, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be talking about my stunning Abruzzo. A little bit different to the last few that we've done, because we're going to be talking a little bit more about what it's like living here, how we ended up here. I want to show you a few maps. I want to show you a few things. Misconceptions that people have about living in places like this and possibly rural areas, or maybe living in small towns and villages. I'm going to try and make you feel like you just want to, which you probably do anyway, that you want to just dive on an aeroplane and get over here and visit Abruzzo. That's what we're going to do tonight. So if you are in the US or Canada, then good morning, grab your coffee, snuggle up next to your loved one, whoever that may be, and pets and whoever else. If you're in the UK, then grab a glass of wine. And if you're in Australia, then wake up or stop doing. Anyway, that's all right to say that tone, isn't it? So I'll be past the watershed now. No, we're 2 hours off. So that's what we're doing tonight, folks. Tonight is all about, why I've lost everything off my screen, is all about my stunning Abruzzo. So a little bit different to usual, but it's going to be a great one. So let's have a few notices. What else have we got tonight? So tonight we've also got stunning photo of the week. You've got to love these sound effects, don't you? We've also got Domenico and Tony's tongue twisting track. This week is quite easy, to be honest with you. So I think Seb's saying, quick hello to everyone, got to work. Forget about work, Seb. It's nearly Christmas. And you'll be buying a property soon as well. So who cares about work? Just leave it. Nobody cares. So yes, what else was I? Tony, I'm losing my mind. Absolutely losing my mind. Let's have a few things that I need to add to. My screen's changed for some reason, Tony, and I have no idea how many people are watching, so you're going to have to let me know that as well. So if I'm talking to myself, then I'll just stop. What else have I got to say? The tours, don't forget the 2025 tour dates. And don't forget, I say it every time, but don't forget the January one. It's strange. All the other dates are all booking up, and in the past, January used to be the busiest month, and it's a great time to do this tour, but it looks like we're only going to have one bus. Boo. Anyway, but in one sense it's even better because you get to be closer to us. You know, we're all together on one bus, and who knows what we could get up to on that one bus. But if you are thinking about doing the tour, book for the January 30th and 31st one. It's going to be fantastic because we're going to be up close and personal. And then if you want to get on the March one, I think March, the last time I looked, there's either 4 or 8 seats left. I think the end of May one is quite. These are going to book up as soon as we get into the new year. I'm sure about that. But if you fancy doing something different for the new year and saying, let's do it, then come and do it in January. Okay? And these tours are fantastic, by the way. Go onto the website, www.ahomeinitaly.com, and from there you can click on the tours page, read all about it, see how much it is, book your space, pay your deposit, and there you go. Next notice is, if you're looking to rent a property, as usual, over here in Abruzzo, then contact our friends Renting Abruzzo. You can see the email address there, rentingabruzzo@gmail.com. They've also got a YouTube channel, youtube.com/@rentingabruzzo, where you can have a look at some of the properties that they've got available in Sulmona, the properties in Petorano, which is near Sulmona. They've got properties here near to me in Palombaro. Just think, it doesn't get any better, does it? You can come and stay close to us. And also in Raiano. So make sure you contact them, our friends, our very, very good friends, rentingabruzzo@gmail.com. What else have I got to say? I think that's it for the notes. Oh, no. Forgot this really big notice. This one. You can't miss this. It's the last one of 2024. I know you're going to be sad, but it's the last one. It's the big, massive Christmas party, and it's going to be bigger and massiver. Is that a word? It's going to be even bigger, is what I probably should have said, than last year's. That was epic anyway. Last year, I don't know if you saw that last year, but it's going to be even better. I still haven't contacted the people that I want to contact, but I'm hoping that I get on here. I'm looking to get Lexi and Craig on, who were our original Meet the Home buyers. I've not asked them yet. Palombaro Patrick, that I've just seen that said hello, so he'll definitely be coming on. Who else did we've got? It'll never be the same without Pacentro Pete, so he's coming on. We've got Bomber Brad and beautiful Stacy. They're going to be on. It's not the same without them either. And then I'm also hoping that Carmen and Nicole from Faro San Martino join us. And on top of that, there's going to obviously be the usual ridiculous things that Tony tries to do. Domenico's going to be on. We're going to try and get Sylvia on as well, Domenico's wife. We're going to try and see if we can get her to come on. We're going to have David Nixon from Currencies Direct. He's going to come on to say hello to everybody as well. Who else are we going to have? And then possibly we may get the second appearance. She only does it once a year, folks. Only once a year. But it may be that Silvana, my wife, also comes to join me at the end of the show like we did last year. So there you go. Do not miss that next week, 17th of December at the same time. And if you do miss it, then just watch it afterwards, because you can do that anyway by going to our YouTube channel. If you just type in "A Home in Italy," it will come up, and go to the live section. Go on the live section. You can see all the past. We don't change. We don't delete any of them. They're all on there. All the past sessions you can see on there. Okay, I think that's about it, Tone. I'll let you carry on putting the things on now. Feel free tonight as well to ask some questions as we go along. But we're only talking about Abruzzo. There's no point asking about taxes and everything else. We're going to be doing all that serious. Troy's on again. Tony, let me just. Why is it every time whenever somebody mentions you, you're
hey, I've got to get my advertising in.
Your new channel. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here channel. Anybody that watches I'm a Celebrity in the UK, I don't think anyone else gets it. Look at
one of them in Italy, couldn't we?
We could do. We might do one next week. Just look at Tony's.
I'm home in Italy. Get me out of here.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we brought him on far too early. Anyway, that was Troy, and Troy may have some news as well for people soon. We'll soon find out. It all depends if he's good or not. Sue, finally able to join you live. Hello from Thousand Oaks. Hi, Sue. And Sue is another one that's going to is soon to be one of our future Meet the Home buyers. Feeling better, Dave? Connie from Toronto in Canada. I am feeling a bit better. I still haven't quite shifted it yet because I've had a bit of a cold, just in case nobody knew. But yes, much better. Oh, and it's Bo. I might even get Bo on as well. We can get Bo on next week's show. That'd be great. We can get Bo. Everybody's invited. We'll just have an open camera. We'll just see everybody. Anyway. It's time. It's time to start. Let's do what we're going to do first. Let's do stunning photo of the week. And stunning photo of the week is going to be Pete saying, I sent some pics of our great Christmas market. I've got loads of pictures, Pete. I'm sure I didn't see the Christmas market ones, but I'll save those for next week. Okay, so the stunning photo of the week. There's actually two of them this week. And the reason for that, if Tony can just, here we go, there we go. See, when it's stunning photo of the week, Tony, you're supposed to put it up, stunning photo of the week, because anybody that turns the thing on now, the camera on now, they're going to be wondering what I'm doing. Okay. If anybody's wondering who I'm talking to, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to Tony, the producer. I'm not going to tell you what he's doing in the little camera at the moment. Anyway, it certainly can't be shown on here. Involves one. No, I'm not. I can't even say that. Anyway, stunning photograph of the week. This is the first one, and this was quite emotional for me as well, because when people buy properties and they've never seen them and they buy them remotely and they come out here, when they first come out, very, very rarely I get to see them, and I really wish I could, because sometimes the property, depending when people are coming in, depending where the properties are. So I get to see very, very few people, which is such a shame. And I need to do something about that. I need to do some sort of grand union of all these people. In fact, I may even do that next year, because it would be nice to meet people. And it's sad that we can't always do that, because our work continues and we're always busy and we have our working lives when everybody else is here, either on holiday or as pensioners. But last week, this fantastic couple. They know who they are, and I'm not going to spoil it now because in the new year or very soon, hopefully, we're going to have a meet the home buyers. They bought a fantastic place in Palombaro, and to see their reaction was priceless, because obviously we always worry about, are they going to like it? Are they not going to like it? I knew they would. It was an incredible place, as are all of our video properties. I always worry, but I know they're fantastic places. But it was quite emotional. I've got to say that. It was quite emotional. And I took this photograph, which, I mean, it is a stunning photo of the week, isn't it? And the emotions from this amazing couple was brilliant. It was it was everything that makes our job worthwhile. As I always say this, it's our job. We get paid. Obviously, we get paid because this is what we do for a living. But it's more than just that. And it's moments like this that really make it special. And this photograph is looking over. It was actually sunny every day up to them coming. And as soon as they left, they were only here for a few days, the sun came out again. And at this point, they're looking over at Palombaro in the distance. And there's the mountains behind that you could not see because the clouds were down there. But what a fantastic moment it was, and an absolute pleasure to meet them. So that I had to put that as one of the stunning photos of the week, because to me it captures everything. And when people come out here and they just say, "Oh my God, this is more than what I could have ever dreamt of," it just makes things so worthwhile. So that's an emotional, stunning photo of the week. And let's go to the next one, the real stunning photo of the week that gets sent in. This is a big thanks to Ali, who this is a great photograph as well. She was in Sulmona, I think it was last week or the week before, and she said she just happened to peer into one of these big doors at the opening of a palazzo and saw this, and she even wrote the word "stunning" there at the bottom as well. Look, and she said it just really filled her with joy. So there you go, a little photograph from somebody's palazzo in Sulmona. So thank you so much, Ali, for sending that in as well. I have got loads and loads of stunning photos that I will hopefully be adding in. I may have to start doing 2 or 3 on each session. Please keep them coming. I really enjoy them, and I really enjoy them when people send them outside of Abruzzo as well, maybe where you live, or maybe, I don't know. We've had all sorts of different photographs coming in, so please keep them coming. It keeps us all like a big community, doesn't it? I think it does anyway. And that's what this is all about, doing things together. Okay, so is that it with the notices, Tony? I think that is just about it. We are ready to start. Oh God, I always forget about this. It's time for Domenico and Tony's tongue twisting trials. Anybody that doesn't know what this is, then this is where we pick a famous quote from a film. It's going to be fairly easy this week. I think it is anyway, so somebody should get it. Hopefully not. Next week's going to be a little bit harder because it's going to be a Christmas special. I'm going to make it hard. Tony's going to read in his best Italian a quote from a film. So his best Italian, which from a scale to 0 to 10 is anyway, and then later in the show, Domenico, our agent from the Sulmona area, is going to come on about 5 to 8, so in about 40 minutes, and he will do the same quote in English, and then at that point you can guess. Okay, let's bring him on.
Yep.
Good evening. Oh yeah, we probably should tell people. Are you drinking again?
Yeah.
Very professional. I'm here with just water. Do you like my flowery glass? Anyway.
Suits.
Just quickly before we do this, Tom, which I will send to you, I'll try not to mention. I'll try not to mention what happened yesterday while I was filming a property in Pen. So this week's property video, everybody, is amazing. It's absolutely incredible. It's an amazing palazzo in beautiful Penapiedimonte.
Not allowed to mention.
So you'll be living 5 minutes away from me. The thing with Penapiedimonte is it's not remote. It's close to everything. It's close to the beaches. It's close to ski, but it sort of hangs off the edge of the mountain. It's such an incredible town. And I sometimes, because I suffer from vertigo, get a little bit sort of weary in these types of places. And this particular palazzo has got unbelievable views, but it almost, for me, it started to get into my head a bit. So we are doing the filming.
Mommy, I can't do it.
You can't talk. We were doing the filming, and I couldn't get on the last floor of the house. So I thought I would ask this person here if he would come with me to film the top floor. And I wasn't going to make it. I was going to do a voiceover after and just say there was a problem with the mic. And then I thought, no, we need to be honest. So Tony sets off with his video. I could hear him. I was down a floor, and you could hear him walk. You could hear him walking about, footsteps walking everywhere. It must have dragged this particular session on for 3 hours. That's what it felt like downstairs, walking all over the place, and then into the attic, and then realized that he'd not pressed record. So
It's my age.
and I had the delight today of doing the editing. Luckily, it clocked on that he'd not pressed record and had to do the whole thing again. But while I was doing the editing today, and I really wish I could show it on here, but there is swearing on it, so I think YouTube might give me a black mark, so I'm not putting it on. But there is the shortest video in the world of Tony in the attic swearing because he realizes what he's been doing. So it's worth a view just for the little bit of banter that goes on between me and Tony. So keep an eye out for this week's property. It is amazing. Right, Tony, I've spoke far too much.
Oh yeah.
Because look at the time already. 18
minutes. Intros, you keep getting them.
I know they do get longer, but I like my intros. Yeah, it's there.
Oh,
are you ready? You've got 5 seconds to study the Italian, then say that. But today we're going back to acting again. I need you to say it in the style of an elderly lady. Shouldn't be difficult for you. No, I want you to do it in the style of somebody that's remembering something quite fondly. That's fondly, not fondle.
Oh, right.
Do you say fondly? But at the same breath, with a tint of sadness, a hint of, is it hint of sadness? Okay, so you've got your, right, are you ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go for it.
Sono trascorsi 84 anni e ancora sento l'odore della fenice fresca. I servizi di porcellana non erano mai stati usati. Nessuno aveva mai dormito tra quelle lenzuola.
Not bad, Tone, actually. That's not bad. That's as much of a compliment I'm giving him. That's not bad. And I think I might have done it a bit too easy this week. There you go. We'll find out later. No guessing yet. Wait for the end of the show. Okay, let's get on with it. Let's get on with hi, Manette. Hello from Mum and I. Hope Mum's doing well as well, Manette. Great to hear from you. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about, I was going to do the whole thing of how I got here, but to put it in a nutshell, we were coming up from Puglia as a family, and my wife, whose family comes from, she's half Italian, 3/4 Italian, quarter Irish, or half and half, and they come from the Lazio side, so they come just south of Rome. And many years ago, so probably 21 years ago, we decided to go to Puglia, and we went to the Gargano, to where the famous Saint Padre Pio is. And hi, Katie, another Vittorito Iversons. That works. I think we might have some new people. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes. So we went to where Padre Pio's tomb is and all of that, and we had a visit there. And on the way back, rather than going straight back to Lazio, my wife's uncle said we will go where I usually go on holiday. So we jumped on the motorway. This was August. Yes, we are partying next week, Patrick. Heading up the motorway, and obviously Puglia is very flat. The Gargano, which is the part that sticks out, is not flat. Beautiful place to go. But it's very flat, Puglia, once you start sort of driving, especially the north part and the far south. And then as we cross the border into Molise, it suddenly become a little bit more hilly. And then we crossed into Abruzzo. And there's a part when you come on the motorway where you go past Vasto, which Vasto is one of the it's not the furthest south coastal resort. It's a brilliant place to go. But you go past Vasto and you sort of go over a hill and you turn, and you start heading towards the where we are now, which is the Val di Sangro, and you get this view of the enormous Maella mountain range in the distance, and you've got the sea on your right, and you've got these valleys, and you've got vineyards, and you've got olive trees. And both of us, myself and my wife, our daughter was with us at the time as well, but we froze. I just remember thinking, this is unbelievable. We then went to Pescara. Pescara is a modern town, got heavily bombed, unfortunately, in World War II. It must have been amazing before. It's still a great place now, lots of cafe bars and all the rest of it, but it is, hi Peter and Jerry, it is a modern city, but it has everything that you need there. And we went there and we had an amazing fish meal and all the rest of it. And then we drove back, heading towards Rome through the mountain range. And I just remember thinking, this is incredible. This is absolutely fantastic. Hi, Kathy. When we got home, this has got to be in, our daughter's 22 shortly. I think she must be no more. It's got to be 20 years ago. Got home and we thought, let's just have a look at that place, Abruzzo, again. I'm sure the properties are going to be far too expensive, but let's have a look and see what it's like, because Lazio then was quite expensive. And we were shocked. The prices were we thought it was a joke. We thought this can't be right, cannot be right. So we started looking into it more and more and more, and we thought, this just looks too good to be true. As lots of people think with the way I sell it sometimes, people may think the same. So we then decided to come on a property hunting trip. I must have spent my life, and I'm sure you guys do it as well, spent my life on the internet. Just sorry for all these buzzing noise. I've not turned my phones off. Scanning property after property after property and driving myself crazy. I had lists of hundreds of properties that I wanted to see, and it was going to be impossible. We actually then came out, we stayed in Montesilvano. We wanted to view some properties. The agent, we came for 2 weeks, and the agent basically booked us out every single day. And we thought, this is never going to work. You know, we need to have a bit of a holiday as well. And we looked around Penne, we looked around that part of and it was nice. I did enjoy it, but it was missing something for me. It didn't get to me like it did the first time. And I remember flying all over the place. And this is why I want to try and get Abruzzo into bite-sized pieces for you. But I remember going all over the place, and it was hot. Our daughter in the back was screaming every 2 minutes. It turned into a bit of a nightmare. And we said, okay, look, we've seen part of this. We need to go and see the area. This is why I do the tours that we do. We need to start and look at the area, because as it stands at the moment, I'm putting myself off it. It was really getting to that stage, and we're really disappointed. Luckily, we saved one day in the Palombaro area, Palombaro and Casoli, and we also visited Lanciano, I think, as well. And we thought, because that's a different area, we'd seen quite a lot of the north, which is still beautiful, but it just wasn't doing it for me. Came in from the motorway on the Val di Sangro, the junction of the Val di Sangro, from the motorway, headed inland, started heading to Casoli. And I remember seeing Casoli on the hill with the castle on the top. It's such a striking town. It's such a striking view. And behind the huge mountain range. And I remember again having that feeling and saying, this is it. This is, and people get that from all different parts. I'm not saying everybody should come here. You may get a different feeling to other areas. What I'm trying to say to you is the mistake is looking at 1,000 properties without looking at the areas. And that's why we try and video the areas on our property videos, because it is as important, if not, for me, I would say it's actually more important than the property, because a great property in a terrible area is just not going to work on all. What's the word I'm looking for? It's just not going to work, because for obvious reasons, it's not going to work. So the area is so important. When we set up a home in Italy, I scoured Abruzzo, and this is after years of being here. We were talking COVID times and just after COVID times, and maybe a little bit just before as well. So I'd already been coming here for many, many, many years. And I thought there's got to be other areas. There's got to be, obviously, then we met Domenico. We fell in love with Sulmona areas and the Val di Peligna. Still love this area. And we went everywhere to try and pick out areas to say, this is where we're going to work. And we still kept coming back to these two areas, which is why we do stick to these two areas, because I love them. Everybody else that comes here loves them. I think the Maiella mountain range is amazing. I think the Gran Sasso to look at is incredible, but the Maiella is just a bit more friendly in the sense of it's easy to get around and about. You can drive up to it and drive up and over the top. Having said that, places like Campo Imperatore near Gran Sasso are amazing as well. But there was just something about the Maiella mountain range that I just that got me, and all the towns and villages, and you can literally do, from where I am now, you can do a great trip where you can go to Faro San Martino, Lama di Peligna, Pesco Costanzo, towards Roccaraso, the main ski resort. Then from there, drop down into places like Pacentro, Intro d'Acqua, Sulmona, head out then towards sort of Raiano, Vittorito, then to Popoli, do the full circle of the Maiella. Once you get to that side, you can go to places like Roccamorice, maybe Caramanico Terme. You've got it's just amazing. It's absolutely, you can't put it into words. And that's what so many Meet the Home Buyers. I wanted to put some clips from Meet the Home Buyers on tonight to talk about the next subject that I'm talking about. But everybody has the same opinion. Everybody says the same thing. And I'm sure if you look back at the Meet the Home Buyers, and whether we go on tours, whether everybody has experiences, and everybody's pretty much the same. We all think the same. And this then comes to what it's like living here and what it's like living in a smaller town. Now, as you know, we live in Palombaro. It's 1,000 people. And many people, I talk about this a lot, but always say to me, where is everybody? So let me just show you. This is a photograph that I took last week, I think it was. And so this is Palombaro. So you can see there's two people there, and there's one car there, and then there's a few car parked, but there's nobody around. And I can understand when people, because when I do the videos, it does look like there's nobody around. So let's take another picture. This is the historical center. I mean, I know we're not catching that they do the embroidery things more in the summertime, but again, there seems to be nobody around. And every time I do videos, it is like that. So let me just show you another one. Here's another one. This is near Palombaro Patrick's house. And this is Manette's house as well that's just been on. So we've got Manette's, and we can just see the balconies of sorry, this one here, the white one, Manette's, and then we can just see the balconies of Palombaro Patrick. But again, you see nobody. And people keep, and to be honest with you, I don't notice that anymore, because I know what's here. I know what's available to me, and I know how these towns and villages work, and that people that come here and people that come on Meet the Home Buyers, they know and they understand how it all works now. And so many people will say to me, you know, it's only cheap there because it's abandoned and all the rest of it. It's so not true. And it shouldn't be just me telling. You've heard so many other people telling you. Spot saying, thoughts on Caramanico Terme, Santu Family on Maiella, or other places sort of between the mountains. I love those places, Spot, but I'm not sure I would live there. Caramanico Terme, it gets loads of tourists. Unfortunately, the thermal springs closed down, and it's a nightmare trying to get them open again. In fact, Popoli is now opened as the only thermal spring town, and Raiano has actually reopened its thermal springs. They're great places to visit. A little bit cold in the wintertime, crazy time of year now. If you go to Caramanico, the Christmas markets, loads of, they're so picturesque, they're so great to visit. I'm just not sure about sort of living there and being there all the time. Anyway, going back to as I was saying, so I get it all the time. People ask all the time, and I remember we went to Gubbio, not Gubbio. Where was I? Another place in north of Rome, almost in Tuscany. Completely forgot the name of it. Anyway, I was in this town, very popular tourist town, and I went. We went out for lunch, but we thought we'd go early to go to a bar. And I remember walking in the middle of this town. There was nobody there. And I was dying to put a video and put it on YouTube and just say, look, Here we are in this, I think it was Orvieto. I think it was Orvieto. Really popular town. And look, there's nobody around. Because exactly what Barbara's saying there, and Tony just takes it off just as you, and Kathy's got a good point, but two great points. I was going to say this as well. But if you go out to the towns before 1 and after 4, there's lots of people around. This is true. And people, you know, and put Kathy, yeah, Kathy's got a great thing. The cars tell you there are people here. It's not that we sort of, there's abandoned cars everywhere. You know, when people say, where is everybody? You think, well, there's loads of cars there. There's houses. You can hear people. It's just, it's different between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. That is time for families to eat. You know, maybe the kids are coming back from school. It's when I think about our life here, you know, we have eaten with our children every single, as near as damn it, every school day since they start. So we're talking years and years and years and years, but not that many years, but you know my point. We've had lunch with them and sat down and had lunch because that's what you do. In the UK, we never did that. We could never do it because we either drop the kids off at my mum's or my wife's mum's, or we occasionally, we would manage to get home in time to spend some quality time with our children. Here, you know, the kids go to school at certain times, and they'll even go to school on a Saturday. My son still goes to school on a Saturday, and that's because they will shorten the day for families to be together. Families to be together at the time, important times such as lunchtime. So when you go out, even if you go into Pescara, you know, people can say, where is everybody? Pescara is a heavily populated place. But if you go between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock, you're not going to see people around. That is the way it is. But it's the same when you go into Palombaro and you see things like this. You're going to be people, as Peter's saying, if you don't see me around town, sorry, can you just put, if you don't, all these people have got houses here. They know what I'm talking about. If you don't see me around town, it's because I'm cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, shopping, studying Italian, reading. I'm not here on vacation. That's great to say. That is true, because people that live here, they're not here on vacation. They're not going to visit the beautiful, you know, historical centers. You can go to the castle at Rocca Scalegna. Your mind will be blown. You know, you could go there on a January, February. You start going in summertime. Obviously, you're going to have more visitors around. But if we went there tomorrow, there wouldn't be a soul there. You're going to be blown away. But that's because, you know, the people that live there and people that live in the area, they're doing other things. It's not about cramming as many tourists into place. People live here. Kids go to school. People go to work. The old folks stay at home a lot of the time, especially in the colder months. It's not particularly freezing now, but that's what happens. And I feel hopefully that I don't have to explain that too much to you guys now, because I think you're probably sick of me talking about it. But Al's saying the people of Abruzzo are so friendly and loving. That's another quality. These are all qualities that you will never experience anywhere else, because you need these type of communities to have a life and a lifestyle that you would think that never existed anymore. Everybody says that. Brad is saying you go to the piazza for the morning coffee or afternoon aperitif, and they're full of people. And it's true. That's what happens. Everything's done in a timetable. But even if there is nobody around, who cares? Does it really matter? These places are not dying off. And I'm going to show you maps soon, but I want to show you this picture. I know I've kept this on. So look at that. Nobody there. Here's a festa from the 14th of August. And obviously you get a few people from out of town. This is the same street. Okay? This is from the 14th of August, and the whole historical centre is packed. Not just visitors, local people. This is Palombaro. This is what I know. So I know that there's not 20 people living here. I know that the shops will stay open, the restaurants will stay open. You know, we have a post office, we have a butcher's, we have 2 mini markets. This is just in the town. We have 2 doctors, we have a pharmacist, we have a restaurant. You know, these places do not have all of these things and not have people to service them. It's just not, it can't happen. So here again, looking at the church. And this is again on the 14th. We know that people are here, and we shouldn't have to keep telling people, but I do have to, because I want you to know that when you're buying in these places, to buy with confidence, to buy because It's the realities of being here. Now, this is during COVID. This is the community. This is midnight mass. This was midnight mass. Can't remember when it was during COVID time. What you can't see are the crowds that's over to the right. These are locals. These are people that you've got the kids there that act out. They do the live cribs, not just in Palombaro. They do this in all towns. That's the palazzo that we did the video of that I'm sure some of you will recognize you. This is community, folks. This is what it's all about. And whether you're religious or not doesn't matter. But you don't have kids and schools and things like that when places are dying off. You don't. I'm not saying every town and village in Abruzzo is full of life. I'm not saying that Palombaro's got thousands of people and all that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying to you is there is life in these villages. There's life like you wouldn't believe. But just because you're in a historical center, you don't have to worry that, you know, can I get a doctor's? Can I get deliveries? Can I buy a kitchen? Can I buy a TV? So I want to show you something now on this theme. Let's just see if I can. I need to make a few changes on. Let me get this. So I'll share the screen. This is definitely going to go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay. How do I get rid of this now? Oh, let me get onto my map. So here's the map. Let's make it a little bit. Actually, maybe better just square. Is that a little bit bigger, Tony? I think it is. I think that's all right. Let me... No, that's too small. We worked all this out before, and now I'm completely changing it. Here we go. So I want to show you something now. Here's Google Maps. So I'm saying Palombaro, but you can say this about Prezza. You can say this about Vittorito. You can say this about, you know, maybe even Raiano, place at Intro d'Acqua. You can say this about all the towns because they all have the facilities. So I want to show you something now. So here is little old Palombaro. Here it is. And again, this is not a big plug for Palombaro. This you can say this to about any place. So this is Palombaro. So let's zoom out a little bit. You've got the massive Maella mountain range. We have Casoli here. We have a quick road that takes us straight down to the coast. So this is the best part of the Trabocchi coastline, in my opinion, is from Fossa Cesia to San Vito. Beautiful part of the coastline. But let's just zoom into these places. So first of all, when we talk about restaurants, and Palombaro Patrick said he was surprised of the quality of the restaurants all around the area. So let's just pick our little village. And let's just click on my good friend, Trattoria da. All the restaurants in these areas as well, all have above 4 stars. So they're not little sort of rundown places that, I don't know, that aren't particularly nice inside, or the food's not great. These are quality. You're going to be eating ingredients like you've never eaten them before. Here's my friend Leonardo, the chef. Great, big shout out for him. Now, this photograph is not particularly a nice photograph. This is an amazing dish. Excuse me. This is their signature dish called Vraghe di Mulo. So anyway, that's one restaurant here, but we're talking quality. Let's move along. I'm saying restaurants at the minute, but I'm going to say other things as well. Let's just spread this out a little bit and let's go to Casoli. So we're looking nearby Casoli, which is 10 minutes away. A number of restaurants here. Let's do a quick... I've no idea if there's any people on the street here in the centre of Casoli, but again, we're in the middle of a historical centre. Few people, but again, people would say, where is everybody? Casoli is a bustling, especially when it's on market day, but the market runs all the way down this street. So Palombaro has its mini markets, its shops and things like that. If you go 10 minutes away in either direction, so in Casoli, let me just show you straight away, we have normal restaurants such as Conad. Now, you might think, why am I showing you pictures of Conad? But these are normal supermarkets that sell things that normal supermarkets anywhere else in the world sells. So this is where we go shopping. You may not want to go to Conad. You may say, well, is there not another supermarket? Yeah, of course there's another supermarket. You go down to here, we have a modern area. So we've got these historical towns. You come down here, which is where we go all the time. And let's zoom in. You may wonder why I'm showing you this, but I think it's important for you to know that you're not moving to the middle of nowhere. And as I said, this you can apply to every other town. We've got this is a budget supermarket. Then we have places like Acqua and Sapone that you can buy toiletries and all. Now, the old town of Kaz, you can't actually see from here, is up on the hill. But just down below are all these modern centres. There's opticians, there's everything. This is 10 minutes from where I am in Palombaro. So for people living in the historical centres, let me get rid of Conad. How do I get rid of that? Anyway, let's carry on. So people living in these smaller towns, you can jump from the historical centre of Palombaro, or you might go to Fara San Martino and say, okay, Fara San Martino, Civitella, tiny little village, but it still has a bar, it still has a pharmacist, it has amazing views. Let me just show you some of the viewpoints. So you probably think when you look at this, I am in the middle of nowhere. Let me get my little man. Where is it? There we go. Let's look at this viewpoint. Beautiful little old centre. Look at this. And oh, there's two people there. Look, they're in the middle of the Maella mountain range. You'll think, where on earth is this? There's nobody here. Who lives there? Right, just down in the valley here is Fara San Martino. Let's just go 2 seconds out of this little village and let's look at this restaurant, Locanda Mastrangelo. I haven't pre-planned this. I just know these places. Fantastic restaurant serving extremely high quality food, amazing food. Okay, so we've got a restaurant just out. You've just seen a medieval village, and then let's just go another. Here's the town where we just were. Let's go here. We've got a supermarket, and oh look, it's a supermarket that sells things like you sell anywhere else in the world. It's no different. I don't want you to think that you're coming to Backward Alley, as I want to call it. But what you are doing, just down the road from that modern supermarket, and you've got B&Bs, you've got bars, you've got everything else, but then you live in a place like, when I find it, you live in a place like this. In the beautiful historical centres, with the beautiful churches, the beautiful views, and all the rest of it. And again, you're going to say, where is everybody? I can hear people saying it, but it's hard to explain. This is probably, I mean, looking at this, it must be Festa time, it must be August, it's probably very warm, and it's probably lunchtime. But again, you've only got to look on Google Earth and you will see all the facilities that we have. The kids have got football grounds here. We've got paddle courts that are free of charge, people, free of charge. Tennis courts that's free. Free. You heard me correctly. And you've got so much around. So let's say now some people may say, yeah, but what if you need hospitals? If you need hospitals, we've got a hospital in Carsoli. Yes, it's mainly accident and emergency, but we have a hospital in Carsoli. We have a hospital in Guardiagrel, another beautiful historical centre with all the, again, with restaurants, everything else that you need, supermarkets, everything else that you need. But we have a hospital in Guardiagrel. We also have a hospital, a very good hospital in Lanciano, a big hospital. We also have a huge hospital in Chieti here. We have a huge hospital in Pescara. We've got all the facilities. For me to get from Palombaro to the airport here, it takes me 45 minutes. This week, I'm going to be showing you a property in, the video property is going to be in Penapiedimonte. It's an unbelievable property. Now look at little old Penapiedimonte that is absolutely, I'm going to say that word, stunning. And let me just show you something. Here we go. Let me get my little man again. I hope you're all not falling to sleep while I'm here on Google Earth. I have no idea if anybody's watching this. Or if Tony's probably fallen to sleep. So right, look at how historical. There's more people here than any of the other pictures. And there's two dogs up. And the bar's closed and there's still people here. How's that happen? I'm going to be showing you this property this week. Look at this palazzo here. This is unbelievable. This one is incredible. And it's 107,000 euros, including all fees and taxes. Just make sure you switch on for Saturday's video property. Amazing. But let's see from, you might think Penapiedimonte, I'm in the middle of nowhere. You have restaurants there. you have a hotel with a restaurant, you have another 2 restaurants besides that, a couple of bars, post office. Then you go to Bocca di Val, which is 5 minutes away. There's about another 4 restaurants there and some amazing walks into the mountains. And then you're here in Guardiagrel, 10 minutes. Guardiagrel, you go, the historical center is old, so you may think that, you know, can I get my modern things? Of course you can, because on the outskirts, again, we have Eurospin, which is another supermarket. We have what's the name of the other one, which I can't remember, that's the other side of town. But you have a here we go. So we've got Tigra Shopping Center, which is just here. So you've got all the modern, everything that you need. And then if you want to go, let's say you want to go to some of the Palombaro Patrick, when I was watching his live that he did with us, he mentioned a mall here that he said it's beaten anything that he saw in the US where he'd been. Now let's just have a quick look at that. Look at near Pescara. We're still talking 40 minutes away. Let me find you the main mall that he was talking about first, which is more in Chieti. Here we go. You can see the size of this complex. Let's just get our little man, just to show you that we do live in the real world. Here we go. So you've got the beautiful old towns. This is Chieti up here, incredible place on the top. But look, down at the bottom, you've got this enormous shopping centres. Shopping centre. We do have shopping centres in Italy, believe it or not. And believe me, some people need convincing of that. You can go close to the airport, and you'll find yourself in the middle of these areas where, let me pick the right spot to go. We have another big shopping center here. Let me get the little fella again. Where are you? That sounds terrible, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Obi is equivalent of B&Q in the UK and possibly Homebase or something like that in the US. All the modern stores. You have electric stores down here. Again, you've got another shopping center of Abruzzo. You have all of the modern things that you could possibly need. Do you really want to be walking around those every single day? No. You want to be living in the incredible centers and enjoying, as Kathy says, the amazing food that you can get in these places. But then when you want the modern life, come down. But you don't even have to go that far. You can also go from our area, even if you're going to the other side, to the Sulmona and those places. Let's have just a quick look. If you lived in a little old beautiful Prezza that has its unbelievable charm, here we are, little old Prezza, look. Beautiful historical center. Let's just quickly remind you what it's like there, because I've done a few videos there. How incredible is this? This is where you want to be sat in this bar, looking at these amazing views. You want to be looking at this absolutely stunning town. Yeah, and then from there, you've got facilities in the town. You've got a post office. You've actually got a pharmacist. You've got a couple of little shops in this old centre here. Obviously, you've got the bar. You've even got a nanny bag luggage storage. No idea what that is. Then you drop down the hill, and you've got some, again, quality restaurants. I haven't been to these, but I've been told that they're very good. Look at over 4 stars. Another one here that is supposed to be very good. We're talking quality places. Serving, making me so hungry. Serving amazing food. Then you think, well, where's the supermarket, Dave? I'm in the middle of nowhere. You're not in the middle of nowhere. You've got Sulmona here and everything close by. You pop to Raiano, local Raiano, 10 minutes away. Let's find. I know there's a Conad there. There you go. Here's a Conad. Here it is, folks. Look, it's another supermarket selling things. I was going to say where the set, but what on earth is that? Anyway, but they do. They sell things that you get all over the world. Am I getting my point across? Are people understanding what the heartbeat of Abruzzo is? The smaller towns and villages. And when I say small towns, I will also include places like Popoli. Brilliant place. That's where Kathy's got her place, and a number of people. Sue's buying her place there. The facilities that you get here, it's not a huge town by any stretch of it. It's got a Michelin star restaurant, I believe it is now, that's just opened. Again, people will say, where is everybody? If somebody says, where is everybody, one more time, I want to drag them out to Abruzzo. But I can understand that when they look at this. But this is, Again, this looks quite warm. It must be festive time and it's probably 1 o'clock. I don't know if you can see what time it is. There must be a way of doing that on Google Earth. But anyway, it does say August 2024. They have festas here. There's supermarkets. There's everything that you need here. But I want to be in these towns and villages. And if I really want to go to huge places, and hopefully none of us are going to need a hospital, but if you want to go to a larger hospital, Chieti has a fantastic hospital, as does Ortona, as does Vasto, Atessa, Casoli, Sulmona. All of these, but you'd be surprised how many there are. Let's just so you can see that we do have normal size hospitals. I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Is this it? No, that's a supermarket. Anyway, I think you're getting my gist. This is annoying me now because I want to find. I can tell Tony's pointing and saying there. I can't. Why can't I find the hospital? Oh, there it is. This huge complex that also runs into the university as well. Well, it doesn't run into it. You know what I mean? It's all joined together. Let's see if I can get a view from this flyover. Here we go. Here's the flyover. Here's the hospital complex. This white building here, the brown building to the side. This is a modern apartment block and stretches all the way down the hill to include all these buildings here. And all this is all part of the university. It's enormous. Tony, are people actually still watching this, or am I just talking to you? But I really hope that Monica's saying, don't forget the fantastic delicatessen shops for cheeses, wines, and ham. It's the best there is. It's true, because what we manage to have here, when people say, you know, there's nothing there, or the rest of it, what we do have is the choice of everything. That's the great thing about being here. We don't have modern things. We have the choice of everything, and I don't worry about this anymore, but it's just trying to get it across to other people. Domenico, I can see, is joining us now. But it's an amazing place. It's just a mind-blowing place. And to finish this off, you've seen some of these photographs before. Sorry, Diamond Days mentioning schools. I haven't actually mentioned schools, but the schools, even in Palombaro, even the smaller towns, we have great schools. And then Casole, Lanciano, then we've got the universities. I can't explain it. And then we have all of this. This is Vasto. This is the Trabocchi coastline. These are amazing restaurants. This is the cycle path down on the Trabocchi coastline with modern bars, everything else. All the bars and restaurants are amazing. Again, Ortona in the background, the amazing Trabocchi coastline. Palombaro, little old Palombaro. Amazing, stunning, incredible scenery. This is Palombaro to the right, with Casole over on the hill to the left. This is Civitella. So again, Palombaro is just to the right. Faro San Martino just over the ridge. They're so close. This is the view I was telling you about that blew my mind away, seeing Casole and the mountains in the background. This is what attracted me. This is Faro San Martino. This is Balzolo at Penepiedimonte, where I'm showing off the property today. And this is Palombaro. Domenico, aspetto un attimo. I can see Domenico's joined us. Then you go over to Sulmona. Look how amazing it is. Look at the mountains in the background. Incredible. Kathy, best of the best in Abruzzo. So lucky to have found. So Tony, he always does that. Just I'm reading it. Why on earth would you want loads of people? That's true as well. Again, Sulmona. Brilliant place. This is from the roof terrace that we sold in Sulmona. Predsa, beautiful Predsa, Pacentro. Look at these places, people. Again, Pacentro Pete's place. This is a chapel that goes back over 1,000 years near Roccamorice. This is Chieti. Look at what we have here, everybody. Look at what we have. There's Pacentro again. Another one for Pacentro Pete. So, if you've had any doubts in your mind about modern life, we have Amazon. My kids keep Amazon Italy alive. We have lots of different delivery services. And yes, they go to the historical centers, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be in business. We have the buses. Our kids have been picked up every day and dropped off at school every day, all through their school lives. I never got that in the UK. Never got that in the UK. You'll be amazed. The doctors are amazing. You know that we can WhatsApp our doctor. Can you believe that? We can the doctor. We can WhatsApp our doctor and say we need an appointment. And they say, come down at such and such. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. So I hope I've sold it. I'll keep going, and I'm going to keep going because I want you all here. Come on these tours. Come and see it with your own eyes, because you are going to be blown away. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. And don't miss this week's Palazzo, because you can live as if you lived back in the 1800s in an unbelievable town, and it's gonna blow you all away. Okay, it's time, folks. It's time for, I'm afraid, questions and everything now are over with. It is time. If Tony can just remove that, you should see his face on the camera. I want to paint it all. You should. You should. It's time for Domenico and Tony's tongue twisting trials. So let's get Tony back on. Did you enjoy that? Enjoy that full session on Google Earth?
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring Domenico on. Buonasera.
Ciao!
Ciao, Dome.
Ciao Tony.
Okay.
Tutto bene, grazie. Tu?
Sì, tutto bene, grazie.
Have you finished talking?
Oh,
Hai finito? Posso continuare?
Dave, puoi anche andare via, basta.
Domenico's saying I can go and just leave them two. What a state this would be in then. Okay. So anybody that's just joined us that's wondering what on earth is going on, this is the second part of Domenico and Tony's tongue twisting trials. We're going to listen to Tony's fantastic Italian again, and we're going to follow it up with Domenico's even better English. Even better, would I say that? His English is perfect. Sei pronto, Domenico? Un attimo solo, ti mando. Okay, so I'm going to give Domenico a little bit of time to study that. Okay, perfect. Tony, do you want to do it first?
Yeah, right. Sono trascorsi 84 anni e ancora sento gli odori della vernice fresca. I servizi di porcellana non erano mai stati usati. Nessuno aveva mai dormito tra quelle lenzuola.
It was better the first time, Tony, but still pretty good. Domenico, comandado, Tony.
Bravo, Tony.
Bravo.
10 lode.
Oh yeah, he's had some wine. No, questo è dopo un po' di vino, va bene. Domenico, sei pronto? In inglese,
Oddio,
però,
sì.
però
Ma perché è sempre più difficile?
Non è difficile. It thinks it's difficult.
Danno quei bei film che hanno un titolo solo, una parola sola.
No. He wants to have something that's just one or two words. Okay, Domenico. At this point now, everybody else can guess the film after Domenico's English. Vai.
It's been 84 years and I still smell the fresh paint. Questo China, the China, ecco, had never been used. The sheets had never been slept in. Bravo. Bravo. Grazie. Thank you so much.
Vediamo se nobody's got it up to now. Have I? Oh no! I thought Susan had got it. No, it's Dino's got it.
Oh.
Can't believe it. Dino's got it. Susan's got it. Lisa's got it. But Dino is the win. It is Titanic. How do people get this?
Oh, no, I've no idea. Certainly not from me.
There's definitely something going off on Google. Somebody's got their Google thing held up against their thing. Dino, well done. You're this week's winner. And well done also to Ali. Nobody on Facebook. It doesn't look like it. Tony, your Italian gets better and better the more you drink. I agree with that. Lisa's saying it's her favourite movie, and also Garvin's got it as well. Excellent. So this week's winner, let's just put him on there again. I've lost him. Is Dino Daddario. That sounds very Italian. So well done to you.
Yes. Italia people.
Grazie Domenico. Ci vediamo domani mattina. Ho visto un messaggio. Ti mando un messaggio. Ti mando un messaggio più tardi.
Ciao Tony.
Ciao.
Buona serata.
Money.
Okay, Tom, well done. Thank you very much.
Hey, boy. Ciao.
What did you want to say, Tom? Did you want to say goodbye to everybody? Go on. Do it quickly.
No, I just said ciao to everybody.
Oh, well, we missed that. We missed that bit off the end. We missed that bit off the end. I don't understand Italian, but I got it from Tony's reading, not Domenico's. Bye. Anyway, there you go, folks. Sorry for it all being on Google Earth, but I hope you found it useful. I just think, yeah, people need to know what it's like here. People, and I know the community that we have with all of you guys and people that watch the videos and everything else. I know that people are starting to understand that, but I still think it's important to see what it's like here. And above all, you have to come and experience it, because I keep saying it, the home buyers keep saying it, people keep coming on here and saying it, but until you've experienced it, then it's a dream you've got to have. It's something, it will put years on your life. I know it will. And it's gonna, have you been aging backwards, Dave? That's nice, Susan. Or am I reading that wrong? Tony doesn't usually put nice comments on here. But it's just fun. It's an amazing place. It really is. And part of my job is to plug it, obviously, you know, and because people do tend to write on these things. Are you going to say that? Of course I'm going to say that. The whole of Italy is amazing. Abruzzo is something else. It's something different. It's a lifestyle. It's not for tourists. It's for travelers. It's not for, what can I say, short-minded, narrow-minded people. It's for broad-minded people, because it will offer you so much. Bjorn is also going to be joining us really soon. Weird German Bjorn here. You're not Bjorn. You're not weird. Not really. He used to work for the English tax office, so he doesn't now, thankfully. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, amazing place. Book a tour with us. Come and have a look at yourself. I know some of you can't get out, and some of you are just going to go ahead and remote buy because that's the in thing. That's fine as well. What I will personally guarantee you is every video we do is a place that I would purchase myself and be in myself. And I will stand by that for every single video that we do. And if it's something if it's something wrong, or it's in an area that I don't like, I don't care who it's for. I don't care whose house it is. It will not go on our channel, because we want. It's got to be right. It's got to be right. But if you can get on a tour, jump on a tour as well, and especially January one. I think we've got about another 5 spaces to fill that one coach. Come on that. Come and have a look for yourself. It will change your mind. I promise you that. Okay, folks. Thank you so much. Again, really appreciate all the support as usual. Make sure you join us next week, because that is going to be the fun part of it. That's going to be the Christmas special. 17th, I think it is. Yeah, the 17th of December. 7 p.m. It may go on a little bit longer than usual. It may be an hour and a half. Make sure you join us. We're going to have a little bit of a laugh and celebrate Christmas together. And whatever time of day it is, just make sure that you have a glass of wine at your side. Dave is saying, best way to book the tour from the US, just go onto our website, Dave. So homeinitaly.com. Click on the tours page, and it's all written on there. And hopefully we'll see you. Thanks so much, guys. You know, I'm passionate about this place, but I am because of you guys as well. And I know that you all give us the support, and I know that you all want to be here. So sooner the better for me. Let's all get together and let's start enjoying life in beautiful Abruzzo. Speak to you soon.